What's up guys, Card Boss here, back in another video where we talk cards, money investing. Today we're not going to talk about anything card specific nor anything about investing. I'm going to talk about why did I leave my job to do cards full time, and is this something that I would recommend anybody to do. And I guess from looking at the title and also from the thumbnail, you probably would guess that it's not for everybody. It's not something that I would recommend to everyone. So if you guys want to know story time for this video, do stick around. Alright, so I think I have not talked a lot about myself on this channel. Some of you guys probably already know I'm an accountant, okay? A qualified CPA for that matter, right? But just gonna give a bit about my little history here. So I'm an accountant. I am a qualified CPA or a chartered accountant from Australia. And I've been a qualified accountant for almost 20 years, okay, if you can believe that. So, I had my careers in some of the biggest accounting firms in the world, and for the last 12 years, I was fortunate enough to work for an up-and-coming investment firm here in Malaysia, okay, and my day job is actually being involved in mergers and acquisitions, where we assess companies that we would buy, acquire, dispose of, and also to take to IPO. So doing valuations and working with numbers, it's kind of like my, something that I do in my fingertips. So working with cards has always been a hobby of mine since I was a kid. I think I started trading cards at the age of 11. Was it 12? I believe. Marvel cards was the first one. Okay, 1991 X-Men. That was my first cards I had, and then transitioned to basketball cards in year 1992. Right, Fleer 93, 94 actually was my very first set, and off and on with basketball and a bit of Marvel, but later on transitioned to Magic the Gathering at the age of 20, and been playing seriously Magic for about 17 years professionally. I went to Worlds and I did all those kind of things, okay? And of course, at the same time, I was juggling a career, and work-wise was great, salary was decent, I got to make a good living for myself, but kind of felt something was missing, okay? So I've always wanted to do something for myself, and I've worked for big companies, I've worked for great people, worked for great employers, but I've always dedicated my time, my energy, my expertise, right, and my experience, my knowledge to benefit somebody else, so to speak. Of course, you get a return, which is your salary, right? But as most of you guys know, salary is just something, it's kind of like a drug. I've heard this somewhere, this saying before, salary is like a drug, whereby it's something that you gotta keep on getting, every single month, so they keep yourself going. Of course, when you say keep yourself going, means you gotta pay for your food, your rent, your bills, your loans, and keep your family and stuff like that. So salary is a necessity, but after going through the routine for like 20 odd years, I felt that, this is something that, I want to break out from, and I want to do something for myself. And I believe a lot of people have come to this crossroads before, but the big question that they always ask themselves, what do I do, right? Everybody says, do I start a business? What kind of business? Coin laundry or a restaurant or whatever it is, right? Something that you just try to brainstorm out of nowhere, maybe with zero experience. But for myself, dealing with cards has always been, my forte for so many years, right? And I've been buying and selling for I would say close to maybe 20 years, I believe, right? Even more than that, buying and selling actively. Okay, and I've learned a lot of things along the way, and therefore the transition to, or in fact, not really a transition, more like, to kind of know that this is what I wanted to do full time was pretty easy. The question was, how do I take something, that I do for fun, as a side hustle to some of you, and make it a full-time business? Because I do know running a business is a whole different ball game. Okay, some of you, you guys attend shows, you guys, do cards on the side. Maybe you call it your full-time gig, going around with cases, going from show to show, doing a bit of eBay and things like that. Yep, that's all great, right? Standalone, one-man show. But when you want to do a full-fledged business, right, you really got to have a plan. You really got to know what you're doing. And it's not for everybody, all right? Now, I didn't kind of like wake up just one day and just decided that, hey, I want to quit my job and I want to start my business. Nope. We were in lockdown, right, during the pandemic in year 2020. Obviously, I was still working, right? We could work remotely, but a lot of our deals, I was in M&A, so therefore we had a lot of deals that was kind of like stuck in the middle. We could still negotiate, we could still, do our due diligence and stuff like that, but no deals was going to get done immediately due to the uncertainty of the economic environment, not just in Malaysia, but globally as well. So work-wise, it's a bit slow, and I had a lot of downtime to myself. And of course, naturally, I reverted back to cards. And as you know, right, during the boom, that's when a lot of card prices went crazy. And that's when I actually got started to dabble into grading for the first time. I never really, look at cards, and learn how to grade cards. Can't believe it. Working with cards for 20 years, Magic the Gathering 17 odd years. I've just been taking cards. Condition doesn't matter because they were just playing cards to me. I used it to play, and yes, I did keep some for my investments and for my collections. Like I had a set of Power 9, but I've never really sat down and learned how to grade. So I was learning, like a lot of people during the time in the pandemic, how to grade. I didn't send the PSA directly. I used through a group submitter, and of course, I have the so-called benefit of being in Malaysia, where everything is more difficult, need to send things around the world, right, halfway around the world. And the logistics system back then, right, the postal system was a bit slow as well. As you know, there were not due to pandemic, there was a reduced number of flights. Things were going slow. It was just tough time, but I knew that I just want to learn, I wanted to grind, and I realized, I just sat down, took a piece of paper, and just started to draw up, started to map out what I wanted to do, and after a while, I figured, hey, this is kind of like a business plan, right? I've written business plans before, during the course of my work, when we acquire new companies and look at how business operates and how we can tweak and improve or sometimes revamp the whole business. So having the opportunity to do my own business plan, was kind of exciting, and just to understand the flow charts of where things were going, it was good stuff. It was good stuff, right? Of course, it was not perfect, right? I had things didn't really go my way, but when I started to see the positive returns, and I believe everybody who buy and sell cards during a period was actually experiencing great returns. Okay, so that kind of fueled the need or the want to really make this my full-time gig. So after when the pandemic ended, I realized that I think this is the time. I believe the time is right, for me to step away from my current job. The company as well is kind of moving into a different direction. Okay, so it was kind of mutual both ways. So therefore, I decided to gonna take the plunge, and decided that I was gonna do my full-time business into cards. So what is it that I actually don't really advocate or don't really recommend, a lot of you guys watching this to really do what I did, okay? Because I truly feel it's not for everybody, okay? Obviously, most of the time, in fact, 99% of the time, we're going to be motivated by making money. Everybody wants to make money. I want to make money, okay? But the motivation to just solely make money, or if making money is just the only motivation for you to do cards full time, Therefore, I think this is the wrong line, right? There are a lot of better ways to make money, a lot of more efficient ways to make money, a lot of better things to invest in, a lot of, maybe salary even, get a better return than buying and selling sports cars. I have real testament for that. I've just shared my last video whereby technically I lost 20 odd K for the year. It's not small number, right? Still, from earning a decent salary with net positive money in your bank account every single month after paying your bills, to like just trying to get across the line, which is fine. I have contingency, I have reserves, I plan for these kind of things. It was all something that I was already considered, before I started. So, and that's one of the reasons why, I don't actually recommend to you guys who, especially if you guys suddenly just get full on sighted, maybe you make some sale and then you decide, hey, I can do this full time, I can buy, sell cars, it looks easy, I can get on eBay, put a few cars for sale. Now, when you guys watch my year in review, you're gonna understand how many times I need to pivot, right, in my business throughout the entire 2024. Like I said, I had a business plan. I think that I knew what I was gonna do. Okay, I knew plans change for sure. I was gonna prepare to tweak the plan a couple of times, throughout the year. But I didn't expect that I'd be pivoting left, right a couple of times. Until the final quarter, around October this year, that I really discovered my footing. So it's not easy at all, guys. So if that's the case, why am I still doing it, right? Like what I just advised you guys, I can make money in different ways, right? And I enjoy making money, of course. But I want to do things, I want to be fulfilled, right? I want to do something that's meaningful to me. Like in the past 20 years, I've been doing lots of stuff. I've been telling myself that I'm doing well for myself, and by definition of well is I look at my bank account grow across along the years, right? And that's the definition of doing well. But I never really felt that I was fulfilled, not really maximizing my abilities, and that's something that I felt that I want to do. I couldn't call this a calling, right? But definitely I felt that this is something that where my strengths are. I want to put it to the test. I think that I've lined up myself financially and all the other things are ready to embark on this journey. Of course, this is not an easy market to operate in. It's ever flowing, it's ever changing. There's lots of things happening. Even in 2024, this year, I believe it's a very, very different year, compared to 2023 or even 2022. So, who knows what's 2025 going to be. I can have all these plans again and start to pivot left, right, once more. So, basically, that's it, right? So, would I, again, right, to recap, would I recommend this to everybody, right? To quit your day job and do sports cars full time? Definitely not, right? You guys got to really know what you want, dig deep what you want, get your stuff sorted, right? Financially ready, got a backup plan. Some people, maybe you could dive right in. I know a couple of guys who have done so. I'm not going to name names, but they took the plunge and they came up. They're doing well today, but I can't say that will work for everybody. Okay, so year in review video is coming up. I believe one more segment before that video. I'm going to talk about my best and worst deals in 2024. All right, and that will round up to lead to the year in review video. All right, do like, subscribe for my channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next one. Kabos out.